Welcome back to the Mod Squad, where we're just a group of friends talking about anything pop culture and fan box related. I am your host, Kevin. Joining me as always is Felix.
What's up?
And we got Brandon joining us today, another member of the Mod Squad from the Bandbox official community.
Got to check out every Thursday, or pretty much every Thursday, Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah.
Brandon does a couple drinks dedicated to the BAM's fandoms for the month. You got to check that out. Links in the description, and go to the channel. First one was posted last week.
Yeah.
And nothing
Yeah,
goes...
as soon as I got my bar set up when we got moved into the new house, that was like one of the first things I did.
Nothing goes better with fandoms than drinks, man. I'm just saying.
Right.
Cocktails. All right, what we're doing today is we are going over our hits and misses of 2021 movies and what movies we are looking forward to in 2022. I will go first with my first, number 5. This is number 5, my number 5 hit of 2021. Godzilla vs. Kong. I really enjoyed that movie. The special effects, the lighting on it, dude. When Godzilla attacks the boat with Kong on it, that was one of the most epic scenes in the whole thing. Dude, I loved it.
Kong leads him with a shoulder that turns around and gives him a right, or was it a left? And then he goes down in the. I mean, come on, dude, come on. That was on my list, but it fell off as I went.
Got you. I got you. Felix, what is your number 5?
You know what? The way I'm going to do it is just in order of release. It was just easier for me to do it that way. Zack Snyder's Justice League. What can I say? When I saw that movie, the next day I saw it again, and the next day I saw it again. That was epic. Just one word to describe it is epic, dude. And the runtime, I mean, you feel it towards the end a little bit, but you don't feel it, if that makes sense. And he redeemed Cyborg. He gave Flash a little bit more feeling than just being, the jokester. Mm-hmm. Black suit Superman. I got him too. I should have stuck him up here, but I mean, come on. And Henry Cavill is my Superman, so I hope he comes back in something else.
I hope so too. I mean, not that you can tell that I'm a DC nut or anything, but that's a great movie. You're right. When you're watching it, it just seemed to go by faster than what the runtime actually was, in my opinion. Brandon.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Felix with that one and say Zack Snyder's, mainly because like he said, it didn't feel like what was it, like a 4-hour long movie?
It's about 4 hours, yeah,
or even longer. And I think it's because they kind of broke it up into like chapters, kind of, which was cool.
Yeah, there were 6 chapters.
Yeah. I think he finally got a chance to do what he wanted to do, like show the movie that he wanted to show. I think it's really cool that the fans kind of made it happen. Mm-hmm. I think the big movie studios are starting to finally listen to the fans a little bit more, fleshing out Cyborg a lot more. Mm-hmm. Like in the original Justice League, like I remember, I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember like I didn't even give a shit about Cyborg at all in the original one.
He was a nothing in the movie.
His character had nothing to give.
But Snyder said he was the heart of this movie. He really was.
Was completely different. Like it was not all about Cyborg, but it was like he was like the main character in this movie, which I didn't see coming. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, great pick. It is on my list too, but it's lower down on my list, so I'll get to it eventually. My number 4 pick is Mortal Kombat.
I knew that was going to be on your list too, dude. I can name your list.
Well, you probably know maybe you probably can, but yeah, Mortal Kombat. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of backlash on it that some people didn't like it because of the new character. no Johnny Cage, stuff like that. I like them leaving it open to more characters coming in. You don't need everybody in on the first one.
Right.
And
I got two things to say with that. First one, dude freezes blood and stabs him with his own blood. I mean, come on. That was badass. I watched that over and over and over again. Second, you brought up Johnny Cage. Dude from Agent Smith in the new Matrix.
Yeah.
The guy that played the new Agent Smith, he would be a perfect Johnny Cage.
I can see that.
I haven't seen that one yet.
All right.
Felix, what is your number 4 or your next pick?
My next pick is, and I was going to just throw it behind me right now too, and I didn't get a chance, but I have to go with Spyro, dude. Just because, just like we were talking in prep, we were talking about Scream, and my son's first words were, "My gut, you're like a fish." Well, just like Scream, we saw Saw, and maybe I'm a bad parent for it or not, but my kids love that movie. And when Spyro was coming up, we were all excited. It was like one of the only times we went to the theater this past year because of all those restrictions and everything. And granted, I figured out who the killer was almost right away. I thought it was a good addition to the chapter. I there's 9 of them out. To me, it's 4, 5. It's in the group of the better Saws. And everyone, had problems with Chris Rock and so on and so, but I liked it. And I left happy, and I've seen it 3 times since. So it's Spyro.
How about you, Brandon? Did you see it?
I saw it. Yeah, we actually took the kids to see it because they're older now. They're teenagers. They like those movies too. Me and Amber have been watching the Saw movies in theaters since the first one came out.
Yeah, we talked about that
when we started dating. So we went and saw it. It's definitely not one of the worst ones. I see what they were trying to do. It was interesting seeing Chris Rock in a serious role like that. I think he could probably get away with doing more roles like that. He's pretty good. I definitely saw the end coming pretty early. But I mean, I'm a sucker for the Saw movies, so I would watch another one.
All right.
My son, actually, I'm sorry, man. My son just came up to me just yesterday, and he goes, they already finished the script, and they're going to start filming soon. And it's going to come out the next. I don't know if it's going to be Spyro or Saw 10, but it's going to come out next year, 2023. I tell you, he's all excited about it. He's like, the next one's coming out.
Nice. Do you have your pick, your number 4 pick?
So I'm going to stick with the horror genre. So growing up, I was a huge fan of R.L. Stine, Goosebumps, and the Fear Street books. And when they announced the Fear Street movies on Netflix, I was super excited. The kid in me got pretty excited about that. And they released the 3 movies a week apart from each other. So every Friday for over 3 weeks, they released a new Fear Street movie. And they were pretty awesome, especially the first one, Fear Street 1994. That was a lot of fun. I remember I watched them with my 16-year-old, and there were some scenes that were a little uncomfortable watching with your 16-year-old, but for the most part, I really enjoyed watching them. They're pretty awesome. So I think those were that's going to be my second pick.
Awesome. Moving on to my number 3 pick. I'm going to go a Disney movie. One Cruella. I really enjoyed Cruella.
I did too.
It was a lot better than I expected it to be. I put it on because I'm like, I've heard good things about it. Let me just check it out. At least watch the first few minutes of it, see if I like it or not. And I got into it. It hooked me in. It was Emma Stone, right?
Yeah.
Done a fantastic job.
Yeah. I love Emma Stone.
She's an awesome actress.
Yeah, it's just amazing job fleshing out Cruella's backstory. It was amazing to watch.
My number 3, there's another one I'm gonna get crap for, but I'll be honest, I watched it, I laughed out loud. I've seen it at least 7 times since. Black Widow. I think it's an awesome movie. I have a thing for accents too, so maybe that's a little bit it. But say what you will about Taskmaster, I agree, but I really like the movie. I really like it.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the Taskmaster reveal. That was really the only part I didn't care for in the movie. I loved the characters. I think Yelena is probably one of the best newer characters that I'm going to go with another MCU movie. I'm going to say Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This movie, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't as excited about it as some of the other movies that came out this year. But when I watched it, I was completely blown away by the visuals, the way they brought the Chinese mythology, like all the creatures and stuff to life. That it was visually, the movie was beautiful. It was amazing. The fight choreography was fantastic. Some of the comedy relief was a little cheesy, but I think that's probably one of the better MCU movies aside from the big Avengers movies. Yeah. Or standalone movies. I loved it. I can't wait for more Shang-Chi. He was awesome.
My number 2 movie is a fairly new movie. I believe it's probably on theaters. Is Ghostbusters Afterlife. It barely made it in here because it came out in November, but just a great movie. I love the tie-in that they have. It had a heartfelt moment that really kind of it got me. I'm not gonna lie, it got me.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Without spoiling, it was a good follow up to one and basically one. It didn't have a whole lot of 2 in it, but it was a good follow up.
Really reference a whole lot of 2.
It was a good follow up to 1. Moving on. What was your number 2, Felix?
Just to skip right over it because it literally is my number 2, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh, okay.
And again, the heart in that, the end. I got the chill. I got the feels a little bit there.
Yeah.
Because I love the original, so it just you got to see it. If you haven't seen it, it's a feel good movie and you'll like it.
I think that end scene is probably one of the best scenes filmed in a movie in a long time. Yeah. For those that grew up with those movies, if you get it, you get it, and it was great.
What was your number 2, Brandon?
Let's see. My number 2, I'm gonna go. I'm probably doing these out of order, but because it might fall lower on my list than some of the other ones, but I just remembered it. Halloween Kills was super freaking cool. I loved the 2018 kind of reboot sequel that they did. This one was definitely way more hardcore than any other Halloween movie has been.
I see why they called it Halloween Kills, man, because the kill scenes in this one were what's up.
You have to adjust to your audience. People aren't scared by the shape anymore, really. So you have to kind of, give the audience what they want, and people like a lot of people anyways like the gore and the action and stuff in their horror movies now.
All right, moving on. My number 1, we've already talked about it, Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut. It's not gonna be anything other. We've already talked about it. No need to harp on it anymore. Felix, what is your number 1?
I like this movie so much that the second time I saw it in theaters, I, no joke, had a mini stroke and was rushed to the hospital. That's how good this movie is. Spider-Man No Way Home, man.
Yeah.
I almost stood up at the end of that movie and clapped, man. That movie is Marvel. Like we were saying earlier, I forget what movie, the fan service. this movie does it just right. It is. I heard it was the end game of the Spider-Man series, and it is, man. This movie. I mean, I can't really get into it, so there will be spoilers, but I heard this and it totally goes with it. But a lot of people didn't like the Spider-Man because of all the gadgets and the Tony Stark and whatever. Well, the way it ends, you can honestly see the home trilogy as his origin story, even with the whole Aunt May saying the phrase at the end, the cloth, costume like in the comics and just flying out there. It, No Way Home.
Yeah,
not a bad choice.
My number. Yeah, Spider-Man: No Way Home is my number one. It had some of those moments, the same kind of moments that like Avengers Endgame had, where you literally stand up in your seat and you're like jumping around. You're so excited about what's happening on the screen right now. Like I've waited, 20 years to see some of the stuff that I just saw on the screen.
Yeah.
And we went and saw it. We took the kids. We went and saw it the first time in the 3D 4DX at the Regal. That's where, it's a 3D movie. The seats are like moving and shaking, and it's like blowing hair in your face, and there's smoke going off, and there's like lights flashing and stuff. It was one of the wildest movie experiences I've ever been to. I think it's probably the best.
Does all that add to the movie or no?
Absolutely, it does. It's not just, a lot of people just think it's cheap gimmicks or whatever, not cheap, but it's not. It really does add to the movie experience. I mean, it's what it is. It's a total. We went.
It immerses you, right? It kind of like immerses you into the movie, right?
It really does. Yeah. I mean, like you feel like you're swinging through the freaking city. Because we went and saw it the second time, and we just saw it in regular standard. And while the movie was still really good, I was like, I'm so glad we went and saw it first in the 4DX, because it was totally worth paying a little bit extra to see it. It was a lot of fun. Some of those moments in that movie, like, just blew my mind. It was definitely, the writing was great, the acting was great. So it got you right in the feels with the nostalgia. Yeah, that was a good one. Spider-Man.
Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. Big in the box office, that's for sure. I do have some honorable mentions, and without really touching on them and going over them too many, I have these are movies I enjoyed but didn't make the list. They were The Tomorrow War, The Suicide Squad, Free Guy, and Dune. I enjoyed all those movies, but they just did not quite make the list. Does anybody else have some honorable mentions?
Free Guy was a lot better than what I thought. And also we did a review for Tomorrow World, I believe. If you click the eye that points out just right now, you can see that movie review we did for that. It was pretty good.
Yep. I do have some 2021 misses. These are movies that I watched that I just thought missed the mark. I didn't totally enjoy. F9, Tom and Jerry, Space Jam: A New Legacy, Halloween Kills, and Coming to America.
I text Kevin. I'm like, Halloween Kills is on yours, isn't it?
Yeah. We did a review of that, I believe, as well, or at least we touched on it, and I just thought it went nowhere. It had some cool kills, but the storyline progressed zero. Felix, do you have any misses?
Yeah, I got 5 here. Army of the Dead, F9, Space Jam, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and The Matrix. Those, especially The Matrix, I felt let down, even though I did like it. It just wasn't what I thought. A New Legacy, I'm not going to even talk about that one. Venom, it was like not less than 90 minutes. Yes, he was badass. Yes, he, the way he looked, the visuals were okay, but the movie itself, I'm not digging what they're doing with Venom, to be honest with you. F9, literally, me and the boys were watching it, and we're like, this is just too much, because all the other ones are cheese too, but They're enjoyable. This one wasn't even enjoyable. You're waiting for it to end.
The dialogue was so cringy. It was terrible.
Too much. It's just too much at this point.
Yeah. And then Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder's the reason why I got into The Walking Dead. I've told the story before, but my son fell in love with Dawn of the Dead, the remake he did, went back and watched all the old Dead ones. And then Walking Dead was going to premiere, and it was a zombie show, and we started watching that. Went into it really, really wanting to like it. I mean, come on, a zombie tiger. And at the end, I was like, I just hoped it would have been better.
All right. Brandon, do you have any misses?
Yeah. The Space Jam one, I made it about 10 minutes into it, I think 15 minutes into it, and I just turned it off.
That's horrible.
It sucked. And in fact, I loved the original Space Jam. Came out when I was like 11. The movie, pretty cool. Yeah, I agree with the way Venom versus Venom and Carnage, Carnage. Yeah, I don't understand what Sony is doing with their movies aside from Spider-Man. And then The Matrix Resurrections. I watched it a few weeks ago, and I didn't get it. Like, I got it, I understood it, but I didn't. There's no point in that movie. Like, bring all these characters back. Like, make a good story. There was no story there.
Money grab.
It's exactly what it felt like.
Money grab. I personally think my Coming to America should have never even been made as well.
Yeah,
it's a horrible freaking movie. All right, now we got our looking forward to in 2022. We'll probably just touch on these as well. I'll give my list because we haven't seen them, so there's really not much to discuss. My number 5 is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Top Gun Maverick, Black Adam, the Batman, and the Flash. I know I'm a complete parody with all DC, with mostly DC. I'm good with that. Felix, how about you?
Me, we got some of the same ones. I'll go through them really quick. Well, Scream, which is coming out literally when this video is going up. That's like, I'm not gonna get into it again, but yeah, me and the kids are way looking into that. The Batman, I mean, you watch the first, I like the first trailer out of all of them. He's beating dude, I'm vengeance. Come on, how can you not like that? Morbius, just because like I've talked about before, me and my brother, got the comics back in the day and so forth. And I like Jared Leto. Granted, he gets hate for what he does, but that's on there. Then Jurassic World Dominion. I mean, I'm not happy with the last one, and Jurassic World was all right, but I'm hoping this one redeems it, especially with the legacy characters coming back. The Flash, as Kevin said, I mean, I want to see how that's going to end up and how that's going to change, DC going forward. Yeah. And then this wouldn't have been on my list if it wasn't for Spider-Man No Way Home, but Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
How about you, Brandon? What's your list?
Yeah, Scream. I'm going to see it tomorrow night, taking the whole family.
I'm jealous.
I can't wait for this one. I've heard some really awesome things about it so far. Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness, especially after Spider-Man. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. Thor, Love and Thunder, all of the Disney Plus Marvel series that they've got announced that are supposed to be coming out this year, like She-Hulk, Moon Knight. I'm really excited for Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, yeah.
There's a lot of people excited for Moon Knight.
Yeah, that's one that I've really been looking forward to. I've read all the comics and I really hope they do justice. I think that's it.
I got some honorable mentions. I'm just going to run through really quick. Right. Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Adam, Salem's Lot, Mission Impossible 7, Halloween Ends, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Creed 3, Avatar 2, Aquaman, and Jordan Peele's Nope, because it's Jordan Peele, right? And I like that title, Nope.
I got a couple honorable mentions. I have DC's League of Super Pets, only because it just looks to be a fun movie. Just something to take the kid, my son to. Jurassic World Dominion, Lightyear, and Uncharted. All right, guys. Hey, here's a little surprise for y'all. If y'all have made it through this video, if you want to order a bandbox, try checking out our code. We have a code now. Squad15. Type in Squad15 and you'll receive 15% off your first box. As we come to a close, guys, hit that like and subscribe bell. Leave a comment. What was your favorite movies of 2021? What are you looking forward to? Give us a good old thumb and hit that like and all that stuff, all the YouTuber things. So I do believe that does it for this episode of the Mod Squad. So for Brandon and Felix, I am Kevin saying, keep on bamming, bammers.
See ya.
Mahalo.
Mod Squad in the house right here. Nothing but love for you guys.